Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into a watch that really connects, centuries of innovation with modern watchmaking art. We're talking about the Arnold Son Globetrotter 42 steel. It's a really cool piece, has quite a story behind it. And our sources today, they go pretty deep into its history, the design, which is quite eye-catching, and all the technical stuff, how it works. So our mission. Let's try and figure out how all these bits, the engineering, the design, the history, kind of lead to what some people call a world time masterpiece. Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting, I think, is that this isn't just a beautiful watch. It's like a direct line back to this long human journey for precision and for understanding the globe. It's sort of the peak of timekeeping development, really born out of that urgent need sailors had for navigating accurately.
That's such a key point. And talking about that history, let's get into John Arnold. Anyone into watches knows his name. You think John Arnold, you think precision, especially his marine chronometers. I mean, these weren't just fancy clocks for their time. They were really, really crucial tools for figuring out longitude at sea. If you knew the exact time back in, say, Greenwich, and compared it to your local time, you could work out how far east or west you were. Every 4 minutes, difference in time meant 1 degree of longitude. It totally changed ocean navigation, turned it from guesswork into, well, almost a science.
Exactly. They were game changers. Just imagine setting off on a huge voyage, completely relying on these things to know where you actually were. It's why people trusted them so much. Famous explorers like Captain Cook used them on his big trips. The East India Company fleets needed them for mapping trade routes. And if you look at the big picture, you can really see how that same kind of, spirit of discovery and accuracy is still there in the modern Arnold and Son Globetrotter line. It's not just a nice historical nod. It feels like a real continuation, showing off the brand's unique way of doing world timers that are super functional, but also incredibly well made.
Right. It's amazing how that history translates into something so modern and advanced.
Yeah.
Speaking of modern, let's jump ahead to the Globetrotter line now. Specifically, this new 42 steel model. It's not the very first Globetrotter, is it? We've seen others before: steel, red, gold. I think there was even a fancy platinum limited one.
Right.
But this new 42 steel, it seems to really tweak the whole idea. What do you think are the biggest changes they made to make it, easier to wear, apart from just the size?
Well, the size itself is the most obvious thing, yeah. This new one, it's quite a bit smaller. We're talking 42 millimeters across and 15 thick, which is definitely smaller than the original 45 by, over 17 millimeters thick. That's a big difference on the wrist.
Yeah, quite noticeable.
And it's not just making it smaller for the sake of it. It's about making it more comfortable, the ergonomics. They've done that with things like the bezel. It's narrower, which makes the dial look bigger without the watch actually being bigger overall. And the crown, it's fluted but almost flat, so it sits nicely. Then you've got the domed sapphire crystal coated on both sides so you don't get glare, but it doesn't add too much height. Oh, and a see-through case back, of course, to see the movement. And 30 meters water resistance. Good enough for everyday stuff. It feels like they've really thought about how it wears.
Yeah, losing that bulk must make a real difference day to day. But even with all these technical tweaks, what's the thing that really grabs your attention? What's the unmistakable Globetrotter feature?
Oh, without a doubt. It's that amazing 3D dome of the Northern Hemisphere. It's just wow. And it's not just for looks, right? It's the actual core of how it shows world time. It looks like you're staring down at Earth from way above the North Pole. What's really cool about this little piece of art isn't just how it looks, but how it makes world time, which is kind of abstract, into something you can actually see. A globe that turns once every 24 hours.
And those little details make it so rich. Like the continents, they've got this careful sunray brushing, and then they're finished in rhodium or maybe gold. It creates this lovely contrast with the oceans, which are lacquered in either that deep Strand Blue or the bright Greenwich Green. It's like a tiny detailed map.
Precisely. And then sitting right over the dome, you have that classic arched bridge made of steel. It's hand-finished so nicely and held down with screws that are either blued or gold finish, depending on the version. It's a design approach that kind of brings the whole world onto your wrist in a way that not many other watches manage, makes checking world time really engaging.
It really is a marvel, that mix of tiny engineering and art. But okay, once you get past staring at it, the next thing is, how do you actually figure out the time on this really dynamic display? It's quite smart how they've set it up. Around the edge of the dome, there's a new ring with cities on it, 12 major cities from around the globe.
Yes, and that city ring lines up with the fixed 24-hour ring next to it. That 24-hour ring has this sort of bead-blasted finish, a bit matte, which helps you read it easily. So you can get a quick read on the time in different zones just by looking at where the cities line up with the 24-hour scale. It's pretty intuitive once you get it.
Right. And for your local time, you look at the two arrow-shaped hands that sort of stick out from under the globe. Both of those have superluminova, so you can see them in the dark, which is handy. The hour hand points to the numbers on that 24-hour ring, the Arabic numerals, and also to the Roman numerals on the very outer 12-hour ring.
It's got layers, but once you understand the system, it works really well for keeping track of time globally.
So all this visual complexity, this globe spinning around, it needs a serious engine underneath, right?
Yeah.
What's actually driving this whole horological machine?
Ah, yes, the movement. This is where Arnold and Son really show their watchmaking skill. It's powered by their own movement, the calibre ANS 6122. It's automatic, self-winding. It gives you a good 55 hours of power reserve, which is pretty solid, right?
It's more than 2 days, so you can take it off over the weekend, you know?
Exactly. And it runs at 28,800 vibrations per hour, which is a nice, smooth beat rate. And the way they finish this movement is, well, top-notch, as you'd expect from them. The main plate is treated with palladium. It's got circular graining. The bridges have this decoration called rayon de la gloire. It's like a sunbeam pattern spreading out. Looks great. Plus, you see blued screws, polished edges, and the rotor, the weight that winds the watch is tungsten, skeletonized, engraved. It's all visible through the back. It really shows how committed the brand is to both looks and precision engineering, even the parts you don't normally see.
Clearly, that dedication to detail runs through the whole watch. And thinking about the looks, you mentioned there are two different options for the Globetrotter 42 steel dial. There's the Strand Blue, which is these nice rhodium sort of silvery details, or the Greenwich Green, and that one uses gold accents.
That's right. And they each come with a matching alligator strap. Ink blue for the blue dial, Cornwall green for the green one. Both straps have a steel pin buckle, and it's engraved with the Arnold and Son logo. Nice touch.
Okay, so if you're listening and thinking this sounds like something you'd want, you should probably know they're not making loads of them. Production is limited to just 88 pieces of each color, and the price is set at 18,300 Swiss francs. That includes the VAT. So it's definitely a piece that brings together the art, the mechanics, and that deep history we talked about. Well, we've covered quite a bit today, digging into the sources on the Arnold & Son Globetrotter 42 steel. We've gone from John Arnold's crucial marine chronometers right up to this really intricate modern design and its engineering.
Yeah, and what strikes me is how this watch, as a world timer, it's more than just useful. It feels like a real symbol of how we're all connected globally. It reflects that long history of human cleverness in mapping and understanding the planet, and that constant push for accuracy that's always made us look further out.
So maybe the thought to leave you with is this. In our world today, which is so connected digitally, what does it actually mean to value something like this? This amazing mechanical thing that kind of reflects that old human need to navigate and just make sense of our big planet. Something to think about.